Hi and welcome back, strangers. This is my new video and it will be more about talking, and I will explain what I've been up to in the past 2 weeks. So for start, I'm still not sure how much I actually want to share about me and my personal life on the internet, but here we are, so go figure. I will sum up what I've been up to in these past 2 weeks and how some of that stuff will affect at least my near future. I hope I won't bore you, and if so, you can still watch the process of how I made this another blue painting. Well, I just had one of the biggest, at least most formal exam in my school career so far. It was at the end of the May, and after that, as a treat and long overdue plan, me and my friend went to Italy. Just for 3 days, but still it was awesome, and I can just say that Italy is so diverse and it's worth coming back to. Even though we were on a budget, we had so much fun. I think you can travel cheaply, it more depends on the company and just putting more time into searching and preparing the trip. We even managed to visit Milan for 1 day and obviously had to try Italian pasta. After this breeze of summer and many hours in the airport, I got home, and the rest of the week was either socializing with friends or a one-time job on Saturday, where I was outside the whole day, which on top of a mild headache gave me the stand on my forearms. Sorry to spoil it to you, I also wished for it to be from the Italy, but no, it just hurt for at least 4 days and was very red. And now I have this weird kind of tan lines. Okay, now for the interesting stuff. It looks like I have 2 jobs. One is a poker dealer and other is English tutor slash teacher. Yeah, I know, it sounds kind of crazy, but let me explain. For now, they are just summer jobs, to be more specific, but both of them want long-term cooperation, which I'm a little nervous about how to handle it in the future, but that's a future me problem. You might be curious how I found and got the places. Both of them were just random postings on the internet near my city, and to be clear, I don't have any qualification for neither of them, but I just told myself, what the hell, let me try. The poker sounded like fun, and tutoring is something I wanted to try for a long time, and I actually can see myself doing it as a side hustle in the future, but I've never officially done it, so that one was a really long shot. Right now, I've already done the first steps and did the initial interviews, and I'm in training for poker, where I went to a couple training sessions, and let me tell you, the basics are easy, but it's all in the details and speed, so at home I'm either shuffling cards or splitting and counting chips as fast and accurate as I can. The English job is a mess. For a start, I wanted to find a workplace where I wouldn't need to commute because it usually doesn't pay off, and literally after a brief introduction, the interviewer gave me a whole teaching job an hour away. Full 8 hours of teaching a day. To me, a complete rookie with no experience. Obviously, I said yes, I know, but this would be only 1 day in a week and then some other local tutoring with a little more confidence and preparation. I think I could do this. The problem for me is the communication with that organization, especially one lady who should do the logistics and time schedule, but if by some miracle she sometimes answers me, she doesn't tell me anything useful and only keeps pushing things, and I'm still very unsure about almost everything, and hopefully will resolve the basics in the next week. I also want to say something about the painting. As you heard, I had a lot on my plate, especially on my mind, and honestly haven't felt like creating, and if so, I didn't have the energy or mind space for it. But you just need to start, so without any plan, I sat down and began just playing with colors and different brushes, and in many layers I built the base. Even though it looked nice as just a blue blob, I felt it was missing something. That's why I tried to add a figure. I'm not a very good friend with anatomy, and because this should have been fun for me, I didn't even attempt to do it anatomically correct, just how I felt it would look nicely with the piece. I think you can still see me struggle in some parts, but thankfully I managed to use the background and with many small brush strokes, cover the parts where I was unsure about the look and just blend it more to make a coherent image. The hair, if you can call it so, were also one big mess. Because I decided not to add any kind of clothing or fabric, I knew that the hair could add a little more dynamic and also work well with the flow of the brush strokes. Because as you may see, the general direction is from left to right, and our tall stick lady is almost walking against some kind of force, like wind, water, I don't know, space, you decide. But yeah, it was hard. I thought painting hair is easy, not only because it's organic and doesn't need to have certain shape for it to be recognizable, but it's hair, floating. Just add some random strokes and be done with it. Yeah, I was wrong. I kept coming back to it many times. I'm not sure if I overdone it, maybe underdone it, but in the end I can just say it looks better with it than without it. You can tell me your thoughts on this whole hair situation, and maybe thankfully I'm not a hairstylist. As I said, there are many small lines and strokes of paint. I honestly didn't even film everything because A, on one side it's pretty calming, at least was for me as I was painting it, but B, super time consuming, and if you add the drying part it could be endless, and I just didn't feel like setting up the camera every time for the same process, only in a slightly different part of the canvas. So that's why there might be some slightly bigger cuts and changes in the process, and also because I don't have that many stuff to talk about without saying too much. I hope you understand. Still, I have to figure it out, because in the future I would like to do more videos of this format where I talk about what's happening in my life or just about some general topics I found interesting with me painting in the background. I feel like talking only about the process of me painting can get pretty boring pretty fast, because as you may have noticed I do many abstract stuff, and with that there is no correct way to do it or any kind of plan. If there would be any scientific way I would tell you, but I don't think it's that interesting to watch over and over again. And that's why I'm trying to come up with more ideas and more interesting things to talk about. Obviously, if you would have any questions, I would love to explain, and sometimes I just want to talk about the technique and the painting itself, but I think there are many different times where I would use the time that you give me for more interesting stuff, at least in my opinion. Oh, that was a lot. If you're still here, I thank you. I would like to get things in order as soon as possible and keep uploading new videos more often. In the meantime, I can definitely recommend trying the new AI generative fill feature in Adobe Photoshop. I had so much fun with it and only tried it yesterday, so it's great. Or burning your time by watching CSI Las Vegas from 2000. Don't judge me please, but it's pretty nice family activity, guessing the killers, constantly shushing each other, and watching autopsy when eating lunch. Couldn't recommend more. But this will be it for today. I hope you enjoyed my rambling and painting. Bye! Thank you.